Yo, and welcome to Semen Retention, a special car episode. I'm just sitting here in the car park in between sets at my gig. I thought I'd just chuck a little video on out here for you. You know, when you're on this semen retention journey, sometimes you just got to accept your flowers. So what I'm talking about is, everyone's given their point of accepting their flowers. Everyone has time to actually celebrate their achievements. You got to realize that there are some things that maybe in the past when you were a bit of a coomer, you kind of had this anxiousness about yourself. You had this self-doubt. Every time you actually achieved something and when you're a coomer, maybe you had a self-sabotaging way where you kind of undermined your actual abilities. You undermined what you actually did. Whereas when you're on semen retention, you learn to actually just accept your flowers, take the congratulations and roll with it. Just be present in that moment of glory. Everyone's got their little eye of the tiger moment, where they're fighting for something to win and they get it. Everyone should be given their flowers at the end of the day, especially the semen retainer who does it on the highest will, on that pure kind of level. The other thing that I noticed is that when you're getting your flowers, you're given your rewards, you're given your acceptance and all that kind of stuff. It's like you've got people that will be trying to even they're going to be basically getting to a point where they're jealous or they're wanting to kind of, throw you and undermine your achievements. That's the thing that I've noticed. People... just at this gig that I was just at, I'm getting the crowd up. They're all dancing. They're having a great time. They're singing about. Ladies are all around dancing and singing. There's a few guys as well getting up, having a sing and a dance. People are in good spirits, yeah? So everyone's clapping after the songs. They're really enjoying it. Go, finish my set. I'm here on my break. And as I'm going to my break, I'm walking out the door, some guy kind of pulls me aside and he's like, "Oh, what kind of guitar is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's this and that." We talk about guitars real briefly. And then it gets to the point where he kind of, instead of just saying, "I really like what you do," he kind of wanted to make the point how what I do is just background music. Now, here's the thing is that there is certain moments where what I do is background music in a sense that I am creating a vibe in the background for people to just enjoy themselves and not necessarily get up and have a sing and a dance. However, in this certain scenario where there was literally people in the middle of the venue dancing and singing and all that kind of stuff, they were enjoying it. So therefore, I don't know what kind of background music you listen to, bro, but when people are dancing and singing and going out of their way to get off their seats and dance, that isn't background music. That is foreground music, bro. And this guy was a musician, and I could just tell that he was just kind of he was trying to test me. So I just kind of I was just oh, anyway, I don't really know what we were talking about again, but I'm gonna go on my break. And then his girl or some girl that was sitting next to him was like, oh, what's your Instagram? So then I go give this girl my Instagram, and he's just sitting there like a fool. He's sitting there like one of those jealous kind of depleted coomers that, has to try and prove a point. When it's well, the point is, bro, is that I'm a full-time musician. How many musicians do you know out there that are able to pay off their house and all that kind of stuff through their art, through their creativity, bro? It's yeah, maybe I'm not Bruno Mars. Yeah, maybe I'm not some millionaire, mega rich, famous musician. But at the end of the day, I take my craft seriously. I take my job seriously. And I'm grateful for what I do. I'm living my best life. Trust me, guys, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm telling you. Gotta have a sip. My mouth's dry. So anyway, that's my first thing, is that this guy just kind of made me think about that. And I was like, you know what? You do you, bro. I know where you sit. And it's the same. There was another guy that came to the venue when I was setting up, and he was an Elvis impersonator. And he's just eyeing me off and giving me this cross-armed kind of like, you know, negative energy. And I'm like, you know what? Test me, bro. There's so many people out there that are testing me, bro. I'm telling you, when you're on semen retention and you're holding your frame, people are going to test you. It's a war out here, boys. It's a war. And the real men, the retainers, the people that hold on to their seed, they're the ones that are holding their frame. And I love it, because this is a war, not a battle, okay? The difference between a war on semen retention versus a battle is that sometimes you're going to lose your battles, okay, bro? That's the thing. But if you hold on to your seed, it doesn't matter how many battles you lose, you will win the war, okay? Now let me tell you something, okay? Here's what happened. This guy's got his arms crossed and he's looking at me at the cross of the room. He wants to jump up and sing some Elvis, but I'm not going to let him. I don't know how good he is. Here's the other thing, guys. Don't just let any random person into your space, okay? That's another thing. Never let some random person, you know, they might say that they're an Elvis impersonator. You might say that they're an Elton John impersonator. Doesn't matter. You can't ever tell how good these people are. And how do you know that they're not just going to completely upheaval the vibe and it turns into absolutely garbage? Like, hold your frame, put those boundaries up and just be like, bro, thanks for coming down. Unfortunately, I couldn't give you a bit of a time to showcase what you do, but, you know, just keep hacking away at it, bro. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm not going to follow you back, but you can follow me, bro. And then there was one other dude, a punter. So a punter in Australia is just someone that goes to the bar. Usually they watch the footy, the sport, they drink some beers, they have their regular kind of bar flyers, and then they, you know, maybe punt on some horse racing, whatever. It's pretty simple life, okay? So this punter comes in. He's already plastered when I come in at like 5 o'clock, and he's like, yeah, I can have a little sing. And then over the hour that I'm like setting up, he's just getting more drunk to the point where I hear him kind of slagging me off. And as soon as I play some songs that I know just work, see, the thing is that when you play songs that work and you know you can play them well, so i.e., I'll translate this into something else. When you know how to do your job well and you can prove as to why this is why you get employed all the time. This is why you're out here living your purpose. This is why you're living in this high vibration. There's always going to be some idiot out there that is testing you. Doesn't matter if they're in the industry that you're in or not. They want to just slag you off because, look, I could tell. I don't see actual auras. I don't see colors flying around people, but I get the energy. I get the body language. I get the energy that they're projecting at me. And it's I can tell it's piercing my electro aura, magnetic sphere, and they're trying to infiltrate my purity. They're trying to infiltrate my core. These are demon possessed people out here. These people have parasites. These people are sick. These people are sick to the bone. And whilst I'm out here on retention mode, looking glowing, feeling like a bit of a king, you know what I mean? Like I feel good, guys. I feel good. I don't need to be feeling insecure about some stupid moron that goes to a bar and gets alcoholic, blackout drunk every single weekend. Do you think I'm going to care about what that idiot thinks? No, I don't think like that. I don't care how those people feel. Yeah, maybe I'd empathize with them if I knew them, yeah? And maybe I can empathize them from a human level on just being like, you know what, I wish you the best, but I don't empathize for you making stupid decisions every single week. What do I care? Give me a sob story, bro. I don't care. So, look, guys, people are going to test you all the time. And then when you get your flowers and when you get your celebration, when you get your trophy, Don't let any idiot come over and try and say, yeah, well, you know, you're not Elton John. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell are people on about? Like, people are just so completely cooked in their head. People are so... In Australia, we have a thing called tall poppy syndrome. As soon as you start rising above the other poppies, someone wants to shut you up and, you know, push you down. Because they know that in this culture, you have to be average. That's Australian. We're all docile, weak, average human beings. And as soon as you step up to the plate and put yourself out there as some sort of leader, as someone that actually has some vision, as someone that's got a purpose, a light shining out of you, people are going to try and cut you down. And that probably doesn't just apply in Australia, it probably applies all over the world. Man, I'm so thirsty. Anyway, I'm going to finish up soon. So we're going to make this a less than 15-minute rant. So, one last thing. Like, this journey is so profound. Like, I'm getting people loving what I do, yet I'm getting people that just hate me embracing myself. They want me to be a loser. That's the thing about semen retention, is that you elevate above that loser beta male version of yourself. As soon as you start becoming alpha or sigma, whatever, who cares? Let's just say as soon as you start being a high vibrational, purposeful self, that's when people want to submit you back down and push you, dominate you down back into some sort of weakling position. Okay? Now, this is why we hold our seed on semen retention, so we can hold the frame and just look at those people in the eye, like I did all night. I look at these people in the eye and make a point that I think that they're a clown without me necessarily saying, you're a clown, bro. I don't need to say, you're a clown. I just look at them and I say something like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize what we were talking about again. Or, you know, I can look at them. Even just my eyesight is enough to pierce through their fragile souls. So make sure you keep holding on to your seed. To every guy out there that is past 2 months of retention, this is the beginning of your journey. To every guy that's under a month, like you're still in this kind of prototype phase. You haven't actually experienced the real benefits. You're just experiencing the withdrawal benefits. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, in the first month, you start to try and shave off those dirty habits and all that kind of stuff. And then you get some cool little benefits and they seem so extreme. But I'm telling you guys, that's just a tiny little hill compared to the mountain of retaining your seed for at least like 6 to a year, 6 months to a year. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Semen Retention. Keep holding on to your seed. Remember, have your flowers, have your moment of glory, accept the fact that you are a winner, accept the fact that you are talented, accept the fact that you are high vibrational, accept the fact that you are worth more than what other people are sometimes, valuing you as. So just take that positivity into account, keep your chin up, keep your chest out, do all the right things. And I'm going to see you on the next video, fellas. Catch you later. Like and subscribe and comment. Cheers, guys.